A 9-year-old girl's belly swells up for no reason, looking like an accidental pregnancy, and even the biggest kid's clothes won't fit. At first, her mom Christy just thinks she ate too much and assumes a bathroom trip will fix it, so she doesn't worry at all. But that night, things take a terrifying turn when Anna wakes up with her stomach churning, hugging the toilet and vomiting violently with symptoms exactly like morning sickness. Christy finally realizes something is seriously wrong and decides to take her daughter to the hospital first thing in the morning. But fate gives her zero breathing room, because in just one night, Anna's belly doubles in size, leaving her groggy, weak, and in absolutely terrible shape. Panicked, Christy rushes her daughter to the hospital in the middle of the night. Shockingly, after running some tests, the doctor casually drops a diagnosis. He says Anna just has lactose intolerance, and if she cuts out dairy, she'll be fine in no time. Back home, Christy immediately puts Anna on a strict diet, and her caring older sister offers to give up treats too so she doesn't have to eat alone. Seeing her eldest daughter's empathy, Christy decides the whole family will only eat what Anna can eat, sharing the burden of her illness together. They thought the dietary changes would help Anna recover, but a piercing scream suddenly shatters the silence of the night. Anna curls up on the bed, rolling around in agony, the pain so intense she can barely breathe. Christy panics instantly and wakes up her husband. The couple carries their agonizing daughter out the door, borrows a neighbor's car, and speeds to the ER. But the attending doctor stubbornly insists it's just lactose intolerance causing acid reflux and says an IV overnight will send them home. As a mother, Christy knows better. A simple tummy ache doesn't make a child feel like they're dying, and she refuses to accept such a careless diagnosis. She demands the hospital bring in a top specialist for a second opinion, insisting they take her daughter's life seriously. Thanks to her persistence, the hospital finally calls in an expert who runs x-rays and ultrasounds, and the truth finally comes out. Anna has a severe abdominal obstruction with twisted intestines, and without immediate surgery to untangle them, she'll face organ failure and lose her life very soon. Surgery begins immediately, and the couple is stopped at the door. Outside the OR, doctors thread a long tube through Anna's nose to carefully untwist her knotted intestines. The procedure is excruciating, and Anna's helpless cries from inside the room tear at her parents' hearts in the hallway. The wait feels endless, and every single second is pure torture. Passers-by see the desperate couple and spontaneously start praying for little Anna. After what feels like forever, a nurse finally calls them in. Thankfully, the surgery worked and the blockage is cleared, but the chief's next words plunge the family into an abyss. Anna's twisting intestines aren't random. She has a rare motility disorder. It's a complex condition caused by sensory dysfunction. Her brain can't control her gut properly, so food never digests and just piles up in her abdomen, causing constant blockages and agony. Even worse, there is no cure, and the only way to keep her alive is long-term feeding tubes through her nose, which is really just a temporary fix. It simply can't sustain her forever. Not long ago, she was a lively kid who loved soccer and good food. Now she's completely trapped by this mysterious illness. The family is devout, praying daily and doing good deeds. They've never done anything wrong, yet they're hit with this senseless disaster. Christy's faith, held strong for years, shakes for the first time, but she forces herself to stay strong in front of Anna. She downplays the deadly disease and endures the heartbreak of inserting tubes and oxygen day after day. Every time that tube goes through Anna's nose and she sees her child fighting back tears and pain, Christy feels like her heart is being ripped out. Anna's belly keeps getting bigger every day. She can't fit into normal pants anymore. Staring at her strange, swollen reflection, the young girl feels confused and hopeless, and she can't help but ask her mom why.
Pourquoi est-ce que Dieu ne me guérit pas?
Il y a tellement de choses que j'ignore. Mais je sais que Dieu t'aime.
Christy can't understand fate's cruelty either, or explain why good people don't get rewarded. But deep down, she vows that even if God abandons her daughter, she will give everything to provide the best love possible. It's her mission and her lifelong promise. The illness steals Anna's joy completely. She becomes quiet and insecure, hiding in corners while watching classmates run freely on the field. She used to be the bright, energetic kid in the crowd. Now she carefully hides her swollen belly, terrified that her classmates will notice something is wrong. She even stands up a little boy she was supposed to meet at the aquarium, feeling so guilty she can't even look him in the eye to apologize. Even in total despair, Christy never gives up hope. She digs around and finds Dr. Nurko in Boston, a specialist for rare cases like this, and calls immediately. But the receptionist crushes her hopes by saying he's booked solid for 9 months. Anna's critical condition means she doesn't have that kind of time. God might give up on someone easily, but a mother never will. Even with slim odds, Christy is determined to take her daughter to Boston and fight for a chance at life. One final prayer before the trip completely shatters Christy's last attachment to the church. Congregants claim sickness has a cause and insist the family must have hidden sins or misdeeds to deserve such punishment. This absurd accusation makes Christy furious, and she publicly vows not to step foot in a church again until her daughter is healed. The next day, mother and daughter board a plane for the first time, heading to Boston for medical help. Anna stares quietly at the clouds outside, her eyes holding a calmness and confusion far beyond her years. Christy gently strokes her head, offering silent comfort to ease all her child's anxiety. Arriving at the Boston hospital, Christy leaves Anna waiting and approaches the front desk, begging for a walk-in appointment. Without an appointment, there's no way to see a doctor. With red-rimmed eyes, Christy explains her daughter's bizarre illness and worsening condition over and over, pleading for someone to save her dying child.
Look, Anna's always played soccer. When she was little, we used to call her Monkey. And then one day she got sick. Out of nowhere, she just got sick.
The receptionist is deeply moved, but workplace rules and real-life pressures mean she ultimately can't break protocol. Watching the pair walk away in defeat, she feels nothing but guilt and sorrow as the disappointed mother and daughter enter a nearby diner surrounded by laughter while carrying heavy hearts. Despite being unable to eat due to her severe illness, Anna sweetly tells her mom to enjoy her meal so she doesn't worry too much. A woman named Angela at the next table spots Anna's condition immediately, and as a fellow mom, she deeply empathizes with their struggle. Instead of prying into their pain, she warmly shares local sites and offers to be their free tour guide on her day off tomorrow to cheer them up. Wary and focused solely on saving her daughter's life, Christy politely declines, having no interest in sightseeing. But she can't resist Anna's hopeful, pleading eyes, so she eventually caves and agrees. The next day, the pair waits on the street for ages, but Angela is nowhere to be seen. Christy gently comforts a disappointed Anna, carefully protecting her child's belief in kindness and shielding her from the harshness of the adult world. Just as Anna starts to lose hope, Angela shows up right on time. She pulls up in a beat-up old car, struggling to get the door open. The three squeeze into the cluttered, tiny backseat, cross the Charles River Bridge, drive through busy streets, and finally reach the aquarium. Watching the vibrant sea creatures, Anna momentarily forgets her biting pain and breaks into a genuine childhood smile for the first time in ages. Later, they visit an art museum and stand quietly before Monet's water lilies. Her illness has forced her to grow up fast, making her understand loss and impermanence way too early. Right then, Christy gets a call from the hospital front desk. Turns out, after they left yesterday, the receptionist personally told Dr. Nurko about Anna's unique case. Moved by compassion, Dr. Nurko decided to make an exception and see the poor girl. Throughout the exam, Dr. Nurko checks her physical health thoroughly, while also gently caring for Anna's emotional well-being. His gentle jokes get Anna giggling, helping her tense nerves finally relax. But when he sees Anna's severely distended belly, Dr. Nurko frowns instantly. He tells Christy honestly that Anna's condition is extremely critical. Even he can't cure it completely, and can only use meds to manage symptoms and aid digestion. Even worse, the treatment drugs have brutal side effects. Headaches and diarrhea are standard. Severe cases can cause irregular heartbeats, plus she needs weekly checkups at the hospital. For a family already struggling financially, the ongoing medical bills and travel costs are an unbearable burden. But no matter how hard it gets, Christy never considers giving up for a second. Back home, the couple stays up all night discussing the treatment plan. Her husband Kevin is just a regular vet with a modest income. Now that his wife is full-time caregiving, their household income is cut in half, dumping all financial and medical stress onto his shoulders alone. Despite the crushing pressure, he grits his teeth and holds the family together, even selling his beloved motorcycle just to keep his daughter's hope alive. Under all this weight, Christy visits her pastor to vent her frustration and confusion. Her family has been good their whole lives, staying true to their values and never stepping out of line, so why are they suffering this senseless tragedy? The pastor can't give a clear answer, only telling her that ups and downs are normal, suffering is a necessary lesson, and if she keeps hope and faith, dawn will eventually come. These words finally soothe the resentment buried deep in Christy's heart. From then on, mother and daughter begin the long commute between Texas and Boston for treatment, and the travel expenses nearly drain the family dry. But the couple pushes on without stopping. Even so, Anna's condition shows zero improvement, and she suffers through daily agony that makes life miserable. During a hospital stay, Anna befriends Haley, the girl in the next bed who has severe cancer and lost all her hair from chemo. Having lost her mom young, Haley envies Anna for having her parents constantly by her side, and the two sick kids find comfort and healing in each other. A cross hangs above Anna's bed, and when Haley asks what it's for, Anna calmly explains it reminds her that life is fragile and death is always near. This severe illness has given young Anna a wisdom and acceptance far beyond her years. She faces life and death with a pessimistic yet peaceful honesty. Haley is deeply moved and later talks to her dad about Anna's perspective on mortality.
Elle dit qu'il ne faut pas avoir peur de mourir.
Tu ne vas pas mourir, mon ange.
Usually avoiding the topic of death, Haley's father feels a pang of worry that Anna's views might upset his sick daughter, so he gently brings it up with Christy. Filled with guilt, Christy sincerely apologizes. She knows these heavy topics shouldn't belong to two little kids. The illness tortures more than just Anna. It consumes the entire family. With her parents' energy entirely focused on Anna, the neglected older sister feels lonely and isolated, and her dad missing a promised game leaves a wound that a late apology can't heal. The once happy home is now completely overshadowed by sadness. Everyone forces a smile, but they're powerless to change their reality. Late at night in the hospital room, Anna's pain flares up again, causing her whole body to convulse. Unable to endure it any longer, she completely loses the will to live. To Anna, death feels like the only escape from the suffering, but to Christy, death means losing her forever. This impossible choice presses heavily on both mother and daughter. Meanwhile, Kevin takes their two daughters to Boston to visit his wife and Anna. Exhausted and broke, he's maxed out every credit card while passengers behind him keep urging him to hurry. Just as he pulls out his last card expecting to be turned away, a kind airport worker learns of his plight and fakes a system error to handwrite 3 free tickets, risking her job to reunite the family. In the hospital room, mother and daughter are stuck in an emotional standoff. Anna has given up, feeling her time is short and not caring about looking presentable. Christy is burnt out and can't offer comfort anymore, sinking into total despair. Right then, Kevin calls.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, how do you feel about playing a game before you have a shower?
How do you know I need a shower?
Well, because I can smell you right out here in the hall. 1, 2, 3, go!
As soon as he hangs up, her dad and sisters suddenly appear in the doorway, and the surprise reunion instantly clears the gloom. Anna temporarily forgets her biting pain, basking in the warmth of her family's presence. After some playful roughhousing, Christy hugs Anna and sincerely apologizes for projecting her bad moods onto her daughter during her lowest moments. And Anna gently reassures her mom because she's always known that Christy is the one sacrificing and suffering the most through this ordeal. With continued treatment, Anna's condition gradually stabilizes. No longer needing hospitalization, the family finally returns to their long-missed home. In the yard, a newly freed Anna plays wildly with her sister, while a pure white butterfly flutters gently around a tree trunk. Knowing Anna used to be a pro climber, her sister encourages her to climb up and catch it, just wanting to see her regain her old spark and vitality. But as the sisters sit on a branch playing, the old rotten trunk suddenly shakes violently. In the panic, Anna misses her footing and plummets straight into a deep hollow tree. Her sister freaks out and sprints home for help. Kevin climbs up to check and finds Anna lying still at the bottom of the hollow, completely unconscious. Firefighters and medics rush to the scene, but the hollow is narrow and deep, making rescue incredibly difficult. Watching the frantic crew, Christy's mind goes blank and she loses all ability to think, clinging to the tree and praying desperately, starting to believe in God again and even wondering if her own sins are somehow making her innocent daughter suffer repeatedly. After a grueling rescue, Anna is rushed to surgery while the couple waits outside, terrified and barely daring to hope for a miracle, just praying she survives. Their terminally ill daughter taking a traumatic fall could have catastrophic consequences. The doctor's conclusion is unbelievable, yet completely true. Falling 30 feet into a hollow tree, Anna emerges totally unharmed except for a mild concussion, defying all medical logic, and the miracles don't stop there. Back home, Christy suddenly realizes she forgot to give Anna her pain meds, yet Anna hasn't complained about pain once. Her chronically swollen belly is completely flat, and every symptom has vanished. Seeing her mom's shock, Anna slowly explains the miracle that happened inside the tree.
M'avait dit que j'irais bien.
Qui t'a dit que tu irais bien?
The moment she fell and passed out, her soul left her pained body, feeling light and fearless with all suffering gone. That white butterfly fluttered before her eyes, and when she reached out to touch it, brilliant white light burst forth, revealing a paradise-like world filled with colorful flowers, clear blue skies, and mirror-like lakes. She walked across the water like strolling on clouds, feeling no sensation of falling. A gentle, enduring voice echoed from the distant horizon, repeating over and over, "I love you."
You spoke to God?
It was like you could talk to each other without really saying any words.
Anna told God she wanted to stay with her family, and God promised her a future free of sickness and disaster, filled with peace and safety. At her follow-up, Dr. Nurko stares at the transformed test results in absolute awe. Anna's intestinal function is fully restored, allowing her to eat and live like any normal person. The terminal illness that haunted them for so long has vanished like a bad dream. Leaving zero lasting damage, the massive boulder weighing on the family finally crashes to the ground. Christy weeps with joy, hugging everyone in the hospital who helped them along the way. Before they leave, Angela rushes to the airport to give Anna one last sincere, warm hug. Soon after, local news covers the incredible story of a 9-year-old with a rare terminal disease who fell into a tree hollow and emerged unscathed and completely cured. Overwhelmed with emotion, Christy returns to church to sincerely share the miracle that happened to her daughter. But skeptics accuse her of staging it for attention. Just as mockery and doubt pile on, a man stands up firmly and chooses to believe her. It's Haley's father. He shares that before Haley passed, she completely let go of her fear of death and found true peace, all because of Anna. Anna's wisdom and gentleness showed her that God is always near and separation isn't permanent. He traveled miles just to say thank you in person. As he finishes speaking, thunderous applause fills the room. Fate is ultimately unpredictable and unfair. It spared Anna in her darkest hour but took the sweet Haley, leaving everyone with mixed emotions. Looking back at this wild journey of rebirth, what saved Anna wasn't some abstract divine act, but countless acts of burning human kindness. A neighbor lending a car, a primary doctor advocating tirelessly, a receptionist quietly passing along info, Dr. Nurko breaking rules to help, and a stranger risking trouble to gift free tickets. Angela giving up her day off to offer gentle company, and firefighters and medics going all out during the rescue. It was the small, sincere kindness of ordinary people that slowly rewrote a cruel destiny, giving a desperate family the softest, most perfect ending. It turns out that all miracles in this world are never just gifts from above, but rather when someone in despair refuses to give up hope, all the goodness in humanity crosses mountains and seas to piece together the light of rebirth. Life will never be perfectly complete, and suffering and loss are always part of the deal. But as long as we hold on to hope and never quit, even if fate pushes us to the edge, we will rise against the wind and find our own dawn.